Welcome aboard Delta Airlines. Please enjoy your flight, and thanks for choosing Delta.
Jody Avirgan here. Thanks for listening to ESPN Film's 30 for 30 podcast from the producers of the award-winning 30 for 30 series. These new audio documentaries are an incredible collection of sports stories you need to hear to believe. It's really a win-win. Delta Airlines makes your travel experience easy and enjoyable with real-time bag tracking, e-boarding, and passport scanning during check-in. And ESPN's 30 for 30 podcasts make your in-flight time rich with stories that will keep you coming back for more. So sit back, relax, and keep listening to some of the most compelling sports stories ever told.
It is time to wake and take with Stugats. Call now. 796-456-4837.
Roy, I don't know what to do about this. I know you were pointing at Stugats right there because you wanted to start the show with Stugats talking, and you guys obviously weren't listening to any of the conversation that me and Stugats were having before the show because you opened with Wake and Take. I came in today, and I'm like, all right, Stugats, you ready? And I told him, you sit in my chair, I'll be the co-host. And Stugats was like, absolutely not. I don't want to do it that way.
So what is this? This is the death of Wake and Take?
Well, I don't know if it's the death of Wake and Take. It was funny for the first couple of days, but I think we should get with Dan here. If he's going to be here, we should get back to doing the normal
I just
show.
don't want to be blamed.
Weird for me, man.
I do not want to be blamed for ending this thing, and I feel like I might be just because you haven't enjoyed it the last couple of days when I'm here the way that you've enjoyed it when I'm not here.
It's just different when you're here. I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed it. It's just a little bit different. It's confusing. It's hard doing it from this seat. I don't want to change seats with you and then have to change back at 10 o'clock. So this is not on Dan. This is on me.
It's on you. I'll say it. He doesn't want to say it. We haven't enjoyed it with you here. That's it. You killed Wake and Take. I know you don't want to feel that way. You did.
Well, okay.
Try to make him feel good,
okay,
Bill.
well, because you guys have done this, I am now going to revive it by insisting that we switch chairs and you do Wake and Take and you give out the numbers, and I will just sit here and I will be a delight. And
fit in. Just fit in.
Okay, 786-456-4837 is the telephone number. We're going to switch places. Give us a second. I'm just telling you, Stugats doesn't want to do this, and I'm totally good doing it. All I'm not totally good with is I do not want to be blamed for ending this thing. I don't want to be blamed for it.
I just said it's on me. It's not on you.
No, I know you. I know. I'm not worried about you blaming me. I'm worried about everybody else around here blaming me. Everyone. I'm not even talking about just the shipping container. I'm talking about everybody in the audience.
Before we make this switch here, Allison, what do you think here? You good, by the way? Yep.
I'm good.
Yep. What do you think about this?
I'm good. I mean, I like it the way it is, but,
Right.
you know, I don't want to get blamed either.
All right. No one wants to get blamed. I mean, jeez.
I mean, I do get blamed for a lot, so.
Back, Chris, how do you feel about it?
Wow, Allison, way to make it about you. Okay.
I know. You noticed that. That's why I shuffled over to Chris.
I mean, unbelievable. Like, just what? Chris, what should we do?
Back, Chris.
You know, I like it with Dan. At first I hated it, but he levels it out. It's a little too wacky without him.
Right. Okay, that's fair. But don't you think we should just do the show that we normally do when Dan is here and stop trying to...
No, I think we should try to blend them.
Okay.
Keep blending.
Blending it.
Mike's not here. He's in hot water. So...
Billy's plan worked.
Guillermo's plan of feeding Mike all the lines that will get him in trouble and get him gone. Billy is the Stugats of the day. Gilly Ermo, as the gringos call him on Twitter. All right, how do you want to do this? I will continue to take the calls for you, and I can switch seats after the break, or you want to switch seats now, or what do you want to do?
Whatever you want to do, man.
No.
I don't want you to get blamed. I don't want you to feel like you're
You've got to be in
blamed
charge of this. You've got to, in order to feel the way the audience wants it to feel, you have to be in charge, and I have to be relegated to a smaller role.
You know what? I'll make the decision. Change seats.
All right.
Change
Thank you,
it.
Roy. That's very aggressive. That's
All
good
right.
leadership, Roy. That is what Allison did not show. Fats and Info gave an opinion, but he didn't give a solution.
I think we should just keep talking about what we should do.
Guillermo, typically useless. He was totally useless. Okay, agree
Wrong
to
button.
disagree.
Well, what do we do?
All right, what's your piece?
I missed the last minute because I had my headsets unplugged. What are we doing here? Oh, we're switching. Give us a second here. Someone talk. I don't know.
Someone talk, mutter, I don't know, while wandering away from the microphone.
Wait, but you see, it's already started because that's what Wake and Take is, okay? That's what Wake and Take is. It is unprofessional. It is sloppy. If I have to change microphones, I just tell someone to talk for a minute.
Good God, these headsets are loud. Jeez.
Sorry about that.
Oh, dear Lord.
Wait, and I'm telling you, I turned the volume down. I turned the volume down before you sat in that seat.
We should get somebody in here to test Stugatz for deafness. He must be on the deafness scale. He must be. He's got to be.
What?
He listens to things the way my father does. Every time I walk into my father's apartment, some channel is turned up. Some crime scene is being solved by one of the 7 CSIs that he watches.
My wife is complaining about the same thing. I'm turning to Stugatz now. I'm going deaf.
It's so loud. All right, anyways, let's go.
Are you really? Well, why are you wearing your headset
feel
so
better?
loud? Yeah, it does. It feels more natural. It feels normal. Like, I'm in the power chair. And you know what the power chair means. It means I'm driving the show, and I get to do whatever the hell I want. So before we get to your phone calls, and the phone lines are lit, and it is Wake and Take here on 790 The Ticket. Dan, do you have a billboard? Besides the Don Bailey carpet billboard, is there a billboard that kind of sticks out for you that you remember? A billboard that...
Well, the Tropicana one, right? The Tropicana... Isn't that Tropicana, the sun lotion? The little girl with...
Coppertone.
Coppertone, thank you.
Was that Drew Barrymore?
No, we have had this conversation before. That was not... It looked like Drew Barrymore. It was not Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
A child was getting her bikini bottom pulled down by a mischievous little dog.
All right. Allison, you have a billboard that kind of sticks out to you that you remember?
Yeah, Norm Macdonald appearing in a couple weeks.
That's on the way down here. I see that one, too.
Every morning.
It's a split billboard, though. There's someone on the other side of that. Who else is...
I have no idea who's on the other side.
It was John Lovitz at one point.
Right, it was Lovitz, but Lovitz has been... Yeah. Yes, he's been booted off.
Are you going, Allison?
I mean, I want to, but I haven't gotten tickets yet.
All right, well, get them. Let's go. Get them.
Are you going?
No, but get tickets and I'll buy them for you. Let's go.
Bill, why are you laughing at that?
Why would Dan do that?
Because I feel like there was a time where he didn't appreciate and like Norm Macdonald's humor, and I think he's kind of turned.
I've come around on Norm Macdonald.
It's in Dania. He's not going to Dania.
Dan's not going.
I think if Norm did a show in Dan's living room, he still may not attend.
Where's he performing in Dania?
I think it's Dania, it's Coconut Creek or something.
It's Dania High Live, but they call it now one stage Dania.
Wait a minute, he's appearing at Dania High Live instead of the Hard Rock? What the hell happened to Norm's career?
I think it's Dania Casino.
Does that help?
That's Dania High Live, though.
The point is, he's performing in Dania, though. That's I think Dan's point.
Well, it's both of them. It's both of them, actually.
Like on the Fronton? Where does he?
Yeah, probably. If it's. Have you been there, Chris? I don't know what's been renovated into.
I've been to the casino, and they have a performing area. It's called Stage 1 Dania or something.
You are a real degenerate.
Right.
Because you haven't been there for any of the shows.
Correct.
It's amazing. I only go there if I get paid. Guillermo, you have a billboard?
There's this new billboard, and it's for a ceviche restaurant or something, and it's rotating, but it's all rotating for the same thing, and it's just different glamour shots of the chef or something. And it's not even him in chef regalia. It's him in modeling clothes, and everyone is a different pose, and then it very small says whatever the guy's name is in the restaurant. It says welcomes you to Miami. It's who is this guy?
No, the celebrity chef thing's a big thing in Miami. We've got celebrity chefs that are failing all over the place now because this has been a hot spot for the celebrity chef for a while now.
But can you just make yourself a celebrity chef? Because that's what he seems to be doing.
Isn't that the way you would do it?
Yes.
That's the way he would do it for sure.
Either that or a scandal.
I actually saw it and I texted Mike we need a Dan Le Batard welcomes you to Miami billboard.
Yeah, we do.
We do need one of those. It's a good idea. Roy, you got a billboard? Because Chris and I don't need to ask Chris. I know his billboard.
My brother does that. My brother, I don't know if you guys have seen this, on 41st Street, he's got a mural welcoming people to Miami Beach in his distinctive style. That is kind of the Le Batard's welcoming you to Miami Beach.
Yeah, that's a nice mural. My billboard, is an old billboard. It's not there anymore. It used to be the ticket billboard with the birds that was pooping on Dan's head. You remember that?
Oh,
yes.
that was funny.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's old school. That was back when people promoted us. Like, people did, like, spent money on promoting things, and there was a billboard. It was Joe Rose on one side of the billboard, and then it was me on the other side of the billboard, and a bunch of fake birds pooping on my face.
Perhaps we spent too much money.
Well, right, we bankrupted the owner.
Yes.
But still, we got promotion back then.
I bankrupted the owner. You did just fine.
Yeah, that's
You made
true.
the owner money.
That's true.
I cost him.
That's right.
Fat Chris, we have this drive down from Broward County down here, and at the junction where the Turnpike meets I-95, there is a rotating LED billboard. And I don't know what they're advertising, but there is a female on that billboard wearing a blue bikini.
Stugatz shouldn't be calling them females.
Why?
He should be calling them women, but he's scared of woman and women.
Terrified.
Yes, and so anyway, go ahead.
So there's this woman on the billboard, and she's just unbelievably hot. Blue bikini, very tan, great body. It's a rotating LED billboard, and I think there are 5 in the rotation. Fat Chris, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Will you slow down? Because I will, and I did today. If you feel like you're not going to see her and she's not in your rotation.
It's already bumper to bumper, so you have to slow down even more.
Yeah.
I always slow down, and
So
she
do
doesn't
I.
appear enough.
Yes. Yeah. I have to see her at least once every day.
Does anyone else do that in Miami? Slow down to see? I don't even understand what you guys are doing, but it's really lecherous.
Well, because if you go by, Dan, it's a rotating billboard. It rotates. I've timed it out. It's like every 18 seconds, and it rotates. And so if there's a chance I'm going to miss seeing my girlfriend on the way down to work in the morning, then I slow down because I need to see her once a day at least. And, yeah, I told my wife about it, so I tried to take a picture on the way home yesterday going 90 miles per hour, but the damn thing turned over that quickly.
How great a way would that be for Stugatz to die?
You're the reason why the Golden Glades Exchange is awful every morning.
It's my fault.
Roy, can you imagine?
People who play in this
can you
city.
imagine? Like, we're all sobbing around here, heartbroken, and also laughing because it's like, well, it's terrible that Stugatz died, but how great is it that he died going 90 miles an hour trying to take a picture of a beautiful woman on a billboard to send to his wife, even though he just said that he slows down every time he goes by the billboard, even if he's going 90 miles an hour.
I would be laughing at your funeral regardless.
Right?
You would?
I feel like you can't die. Like, there's some people that you just feel like luck is on their side.
Yeah.
Like, you eat terribly. I feel like you have great health. Like, you're just never going to die. Like, Dan can't eat anything, and he's going to die like 20 years before you at least.
I'm going to be the last thing here.
Yeah. You're somehow going to survive everything.
Yeah.
You're like a cockroach.
We've made the joke that we'll continue doing highly questionable 6 or 7 years after my father's death. We'll just keep him up there and figure out some computer imaging that allows us to lip sync for him.
That's going to be like 10 years after your death.
That's right. Me, we can replace on that show. Him, we can't replace.
Weekend
him
at Poppy's?
Yeah, that's right. Weekend at
Prop
Poppy's.
him up.
Yeah.
Can you do that with me if I go before you? Just prop me up on the right here and just play. We have a soundboard. I just laugh. Yeah. You can do that. I think you've done it before. When
I think we need to try that tomorrow. You guys need to remember tomorrow at some point to figure out a way for me to do a show with a Stugatz soundboard to see how it would go.
I still expect to be paid.
Sent to your state,
Yes.
direct deposited to your state, so that your wife could have more bags in front of her house when you don't get home because you're dead.
Send it to my kids, not my wife. Tired of sending her money.
You're fitting in today, Dan.
I opened up, but you are fitting in well today. Man, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to say it anyway. I opened up a separate checking account. And so the folks at ESPN, I'm just warning you that today you're going to get a new direct deposit slip, and it's going to be with my new information.
Wait a minute. This is a big development. Like, what happened? Why are you doing this? Like, is this because of the spending in the house?
Yeah, of course it is.
So you need to separate the money from her. You need to quarantine the money.
Yes. But I have no other... Well, I don't have any other forms of pay. Like, I'm not doing anything else other than this. So I just want her to see what it's like to not have money for a month. Trying to teach her a lesson.
Oh, wait a minute. What triggered this? I need to know what triggered. Like, what was the final straw that got you to the point where you're like, I'm going to get my own account?
I asked her one day. I said, can I come home one day? And there was no package in front of the house. No Amazon Prime, no Zappos, nothing. No UPS, anything. And she promised me that the next day, she said, there would be nothing when I got home. I got home. There were 2 boxes from Amazon Prime and another box of Zappos. So I said, that's it. See how you feel not having money for a month.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just go outside and get the boxes before you get home? Because you wouldn't know if she keeps getting stuff.
That would require her doing anything.
I know, Guillermo. That's the thing. Like, it's such a flagrant disrespect what she's doing, because it's not only.
Yeah.
It's not only.
Thank you.
Here's this stuff I'm buying that you've told me not to buy, but hey, can you bring it in?
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing.
It's right in his face. Like, he has gotten to the point where he's like, no, I'm going to get my own account, because it's that disrespect. It's like he's driving home. He's finally happy to be home after a long day of work, taking that long drive because he's working so hard, and he gets home. And again, the thing that greets him in the place that's supposed to be his sanctuary in Haven is his pet peeve.
This is how divorce begins, Stugatz.
Yeah. We're not getting divorced. I mean, she might leave me, but I'm not leaving her. What I need her to do is divorce herself from my bank account.
It'd be great if she's not buying anything. She's just taking the same boxes out every day and making him bring them in.
Just to bother him.
Yeah, just to upset him.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Well, I ain't getting divorced, man. Then I'm giving 50% to her, and I'm getting nothing back. Like my Sunday nights, I'm getting nothing back, man. Taking care of my kids.
It sounds like you'd be giving up less than you're giving up now, though.
Well, which is 100%.
It's enough that you're sitting there and you're creating a separate account because you wanted to stop taking your money.
And now, back to Wake and Take with Stugatz. Call now, 786-456-4837.
It is Wake and Take here on 790 The Ticket. 786-456-4837. Dan, you want to take some calls?
No, not really, but it's your time. So.
Let's go to Arash. Arash, go ahead. You're on Wake and Take on 790 The Ticket. Fitting in, Dan.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the 30 for 30 for the Nature Boy. Just want to say, if those HBO hackers are listening in, please get to work. Leak these so we don't have to wait until November. Also, I want my money back for the era 30 for 30. Nothing new. The one interesting thing that I got was Brian Cashman was cross-eyed. All right? If you give me $1 billion budget, I'll also be a great GM. Also, there's no Neymar guy. He's rich. He's good. But you're not Ronaldo. You're not that good. So, keep it going. Keep your mouth shut and just play football. One more thing. Apples are also overrated. Apple juice is the best. Why should I have to waste my energy on my food? I need my food to give me energy, not me waste my energy on the food.
Great point. Yep, rash them.
He was distracted in the middle there by the baby.
Yes.
But then he finished it strong. He dismounted strong.
Put that on a poll, by the way. Are apples overrated? At Batard Show on Twitter. What else did he say? There were hackers in there.
Yeah, that he wants...
he wants hackers to leak the Nature Boy 30 for 30.
The HBO hackers to leak the ESPN 30 for 30 on Ric Flair.
Right. How do you feel about the apple, though? I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? Like, you have to work. Like, you could just drink a glass of apple juice as opposed to eating an apple, which seems like...
I happen to also think it's weird that applesauce and apple juice are so much better than apples, but that probably has to do with the sugars. Also, apple's one of the few things that I'm actually allowed to eat. It's unfortunate that I don't like them.
What's the easiest food to eat? Because almost every food you need to put work into to eat.
What's the easiest food to eat? That's a good question. The single easiest food to eat.
Because even bananas you have to peel.
Right. About pizza.
So what you're asking is what's the laziest food?
Yeah. Because pizza's not like a natural thing. You have to put things together. I'm saying what's like the easiest thing you can just grab off a tree or whatever and just eat?
So you're talking about an organic thing, something that doesn't have to be prepared.
A grape.
Boom.
Yeah, pears, apples, they require more work. A grape, it's got to be small. That's it. Look at Roy. Just Roy. Like, this is obvious. What are you guys doing?
You need to pick it, though. I want something with
Bill, anything from
no
a tree
hands.
you have to pick.
No hands. I just want to go and just bite into it.
You want the apple to drop to the ground, and what are you doing here?
No, a grape is good, though. A grape is good.
It's not good for Bill.
The game ended too quick. I was trying to keep it going a little.
Well, no, I thought you had a better game to start with. What's the easiest food? What's the most difficult food or the easiest food to eat, period? Doesn't have to be hanging on a tree.
Well, because pizza's complicated. Like, obviously, you just grab it.
It's not complicated. I'm not making the pizza. I'm ordering a slice.
He's saying he's saying you don't have someone in the wilderness preparing it for you. He's saying you got to, like, you're hungry.
But why am I in the wilderness?
His answer was perfect. All I got to do is order a slice.
That's it. Hold it up a little bit and I eat it.
I wonder. I mean,
boom.
And he's wondering why it is that his wife is having such a problems with spending. Like, that's her whole problem. All I got to do is order it.
Why go to the shoe store?
I don't even have to go to the shoe store. I could just. What are those shoes? Those Louboutins. I could just order them online.
Does she order, like, multiple sizes and return it? Because, like, my girlfriend does it. Like, she'll buy things in multiple sizes and then just send it back.
It's so annoying.
It's such a hassle, though. Like, I don't want to go through returns and stuff.
I don't even know if she returns them, man. Like, the ones that don't fit, I think they're just thrown in a closet somewhere away from my kids to get bigger.
Does she ever do the move where she like sends something back like multiple times, like the same item?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All the time.
What Stugacci just said there was laugh out loud funny. His wife is tiny. So if she doesn't want something because it doesn't fit, the idea that she is keeping it so that the twins grow into it is really funny.
Yeah.
Because the twins are big. Are they bigger? Because you guys are both small. So are the twins small?
One of my daughters is taller than my wife. The other one is not yet, but she's getting very close.
Oh, so she can already fit into some of that stuff.
Correct.
That's great.
She already wears some of my wife's clothes.
That is such a great way to bankrupt Stugats. Like, you can't even return it. It's like, no, the incredibly expensive thing will be worn by this 13-year-old who doesn't appreciate it.
Let me tell you the other thing on the shoes. By the time the kids are big enough to fit into those shoes, you know what she'll tell me? They're no longer in style.
None of it will be, though. Like, clothes won't be either.
All right.
Look at Roy. Roy's got a baby on the way.
I told you, Roy.
Yeah. I'm going to have to deal with that soon.
Tried to tell you, man. Let's go to Aaron. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, I got an idea to make the NBA offseason a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
So with the LeBron and Kyrie beef, I was thinking, why don't we just transition this into an NBA boxing offseason league? We can get people like Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher involved, Kyrie and LeBron. I actually think it would be more interesting than Mayweather and McGregor. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's a bad call.
Ooh.
Sorry. Ooh. I wanted to rack you, but it's a bad idea.
Is there a phrase that you could come up with that would be the opposite of rack 'em or rash 'em? Like, what would be the phrase we should go to when it's a bad call? I mean, what you're doing there works.
That's good. But I like it. Listen, you are fitting in, man. I am proud of you. Like, you are thinking of ways to make this hour better. And that is a good idea. Let's come up with a word for a bad call.
I mean, that's a bad call works. Like, it's funny. A guy calls in, makes a point, and you refusing to rash him and just saying that's a bad call. The bluntness of that is funny, but something funnier perhaps?
You guys got anything back there? Because I don't.
67974 or 786-456-4837.
Give us ideas.
All right. Let's go to Blake. Blake, go ahead. You're on Wake and Take on 790 The Ticket.
Yeah, so Steph Curry is playing in a Web.com tour event. Shouldn't he be in the gym working on his game, or is he just content with 2 championships?
Well, he doesn't have to work on his game anymore because he has Kevin Durant. That was the point of getting Kevin Durant. Let him do all the work. I don't have to do anything. I'll be in the Web.com tour. What a joke Steph Curry is. Why does he get afforded the opportunity to play in the Web.com tour? It's a joke.
You know he's great at golf, right?
I know he's a scratch golfer, but he's not on their level. I will say this, though, and perhaps this is the reason that Steph Curry is playing on the Web.com tour. I will go out of my way to watch Steph Curry play on the Web.com tour.
Oh, for the love of God.
I will. I haven't watched the Web.com tour forever. Ever.
What did you just do? What did you just do?
That's me arguing both sides of it.
You just you did a 180 before you were even finished with the thought.
Yeah.
He wants to do that after his career. After basketball, he's that good at golf. That's crazy that he's that good at golf. I wouldn't have guessed that he was that good at golf.
I think he said he went to Augusta, played from the not where the pros play, but the back tees for the weekend for the members, the weekend golfers. If it was weekend golfers, I'd be there playing right now. But he played from the back and he shot like a 69 at Augusta.
Nice.
It's incredible.
He's in with like a sponsor exemption, right?
Yeah.
Nah, so he didn't really earn it.
No, he didn't earn it, but I mean, it's a joke, but I'll watch it. This is the formula for some sort of show here, where I just argue with the inside of my head.
I mean, what just happened there? What? I told you guys there was one time there was some sort of disaster on PTI where whoever was supposed to host the show with Max Kellerman at the time couldn't make it. And so Max Kellerman was arguing behind the scenes, like loudly, hey, let's do it where it's me arguing against me. You guys tape me arguing one side and then put me on the other side arguing the other side. And they tried it and it was terrible and they couldn't air it. And so I don't know what ended up happening, but they didn't air that.
We had private discussions to try to do that on Sports Bang a couple of times, but they weren't having that with us. Yeah. Like, it was way too complicated. And Stugatz didn't want to be there to tape 2 hours because it's a 1 hour show. So he'd have to do 2 shows essentially. He didn't want to do 2 hours.
I would watch that show hosted by Stephen A. Smith.
Who could pull that show off? Is it Stephen A. Smith?
Nobody can pull that show off.
Stephen A. Smith might be able to pull it off.
Nobody can pull that show off. Nobody in the history of entertainment.
I don't think Stephen A. could do both sides. Like, he seems firm on his opinion. Like, he's not just going to give you something he doesn't believe in. You would lie.
Well, I could do it, yeah, but you don't think Stephen A. could be firm on the other side of his opinion? Like, equally as firm? Of course.
No, some people care about integrity and the things they say being things they believe in. Some people, I would say the grand majority of people at this network care about it that way.
Well, and the problem is he'd have to be arguing against Stephen A., and Stephen A. is always right, so there isn't another argument.
That's a good point, yeah. So anyway, just to recap, Steph Curry, total joke that he's playing in this tournament that I'm going to watch because Steph Curry's playing in the tournament. Let's go to Greg. Greg, go ahead. You're on Wake and Take on 790 The Ticket.
Hey, good morning, Allison.
Hold on a second here. Ryan Tannehill got hurt at practice. I just saw it on ESPN. It's all over breaking news, ESPN. Ryan Tannehill sprained ACL and MCL last season. That's why he missed the last 4 games, and they've gone to James Walker, ESPN Dolphins reporter. Can we turn up the sound on that?
Yeah, let's do that. Can we...
Can you guys do that back there?
In the past few days, as you know, Jay Ajayi, the Pro Bowl running back, also suffered a concussion on Monday. So, we should know a lot more after practice, but Ryan Tannehill going down, he had a lot of questions about his knee going in, and now it looks like, he may have tweaked his left leg, and we'll see how severe this injury is going to be after practice.
What's the mood down there in practice right now?
Yeah, good question. The air has pretty much been taken out of practice. I mean, pretty much any time a starting quarterback goes down, and is taken off the field and hasn't come out as of yet, during practice, that just takes the energy out. The full contact practice, usually it's upbeat. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of hitting. But, when Ryan Tannehill went down, everybody kind of gathered around him to kind of see what was going on, if he's okay. Then the trainers came in and walked him off the field, and it's just not the same energy in practice as you would expect when any starting quarterback goes down.
All right, Ryan.
Kaepernick! 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 Allison! Kaepernick! Get in here, Allison! Kaepernick! Kaepernick! Allison! Kaepernick! Kaepernick!
I'm sad.
Kaepernick! Kaepernick! I'm scared!
Kaepernick!
Kaepernick! Kaepernick!
I hope it's not serious.
Show some guts! Show some guts! Show some guts! Kaepernick!
Oh, the Dolphins, not...
Wait a minute, we don't even... Wait, Kaepernick might just be out for one practice!
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
And now, back to Wake and Take with Stugatz. Call now, 786-456-4837.
We'll try to get your phone calls in before the end of the hour here. If not, I'll take them tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we have to wait and see, I guess, how serious this Tannehill injury is. And Matt Moore's the backup. And Colin Kaepernick is clearly better than Matt Moore. It's going to be interesting, Dan.
Yep. Yeah, I regret an argument I made the other day where I said that the Dolphins could probably talk themselves into the idea that Matt Moore is a better backup than Colin Kaepernick. They can talk themselves into that and rationalize it away. But this, Herm Edwards, I think, just said on SportsCenter that the Dolphins will put a call in to Kaepernick, and it makes sense. Tannehill fell, non-contact injury, rolling out on the sideline, scrambling. He fell and didn't get up.
Oof.
And it was non-contact and needed to be helped off the field. And it's the same leg where he tore the ACL and MCL last year.
Man.
He's got a knee brace on that leg, and he collapsed, non-contact injury, just scrambling.
So they'll have to figure out whether... I mean, you think every owner is going to do what Bisciotti did in Baltimore, where he's putting feelers out to the fan base and clients and advertisers? And
let me ask you this. Is Miami going to object to this? Would Miami object to this? Because this becomes something else now. It becomes something else. Whatever your political views are, once your starting quarterback goes down, then are your political views as strong as your selfish desires to have your team be relevant?
It's a great question.
But I'm saying, like, this is the way.
For some people, yes. For many people, no.
But this is the way that Kaepernick gets back in the league. Necessity. Like somebody, it's not this team, because I don't think the Dolphins have a real championship chance.
Right.
But a team being close and losing their starting quarterback, feeling they've got all the right pieces, and then they lose their starting quarterback. That's the kind of team that would reach out to Colin Kaepernick.
Well, the Ravens, kind of in the same boat as the Dolphins, right? That's not a championship team, and they didn't do it. Right, the Dolphins need a quarterback, but Flacco's only out for a couple of weeks.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's got to be a season-ending injury.
What if it's like 8 weeks, though?
Or something like that.
Something like that. It's got to be, yeah.
If it's serious, you think they make the call to Romo?
Oh.
That's a better call to make.
Oh, my God. Please make that call. He's under contract with the Cowboys, though, right? The Dolphins would have to give something up to get Tony Romo.
Oh, but you'd do that in a second.
Oh, yeah, I'd give everything up.
Fat Chris. There it is. There's the Stugats.
He's a young 38.
There's the Stugats, though. There is the Stugats. Aaron is so perfect. You guys all just saw it happen in real time. Chris had the idea that was a good idea that was more exciting to Stugats than anybody because it's a name.
Colin,
and so when you, but that's so perfect. When you ask him, what do you give up? The answer, of course, reasonably, is everything.
Yeah.
Including future years off your life, your family members. Just, you give up everything.
Devontae Parker seems fair. Throw in Jay Ajayi, Will.
Yeah, throw in everybody. Throw in the good offensive lineman that you have.
Did you just say he's a young 38?
That's what he just said. No, he'll do anything. When the name is involved, he will do anything to get the name. Remember, I remind you guys that he wanted Scottie Pippen in a Heat uniform at 51.
It was an upgrade at the time. That Scottie Pippen can still give you 10 to 12 solid minutes off the bench, can he not? Put that on the poll. Do you think Scottie Pippen can still give you 10 to 12 minutes, solid minutes off the bench? Solid minutes. Do you think Miami would be receptive? The city of Miami, the people who live there.
That's what I was just going to say. Miami is so diverse, and while we have our ethnic factions, as most cities do, because we are pretty segregated, Miami or Dade County, last I checked, I don't know if this is still true, but is one of the few counties in the United States that is a minority. The minority is the majority. And that's one of the few counties in the United States where that's the case. So maybe Miami would be more receptive than most cities.
He had that whole Castro T-shirt thing last year, though, and that caused like a whole thing. And then he came down and they were booing him.
Yep.
That's right.
There's that.
That's funny.
All right, let's call Romo.
Romo doesn't have any Castro T-shirts. I know he doesn't. I know. I've been in his closet. There's no way Romo has any Castro T-shirts.
Kiko had that big play where he knocked him out. People were calling Kiko Super Mang after that. Yeah.
Super Mang.
But hold on. Can fans, because I think Dan is going down an interesting path, can fans, because now you need a quarterback. So can fans get past, even down here, get past a Castro shirt?
It's just funny. What Billy just mentioned is funny, though, because the one place where he might actually be welcome, because it's largely a minority melting pot, he's also deeply offended those people.
You think right now he's going, man,
yeah,
why'd I have to wear
Why
that shirt?
Oh, I don't even know anything about Castro. If you're just joining us, Ryan Tannehill went down at practice. They don't know how serious the injury is. Non-contact injury, fell down scrambling. Same leg that he hurt. Same knee. Same leg that he hurt last year. We don't know yet if it's the knee.
Now Chris has got me thinking about Romo, man. I can't get my mind off of Romo.
Also, we were wrong. He's a young 37.
Oh, wow. Even better. And then you throw in a draft pick.
Are they close, those Stugats?
The Dolphins?
Stugats, everything and a draft pick. Stugats just traded. Now that Romo's a year younger than he thought, he just traded everything and a draft pick for it.
Parker, Ajayi, and a draft pick. You make him 36, I'll give you some more.
He just scrub out his birth certificate.
Last year was basically off, so he's fresh.
That's what I'm saying. He's a young 37.
But
he's basically 36.
I'll throw in Adam Gase, too.
Does Romo... this is such a sports radio segment. Does Romo... Awesome. The starting... It's awesome.
He looked great last year when he played.
We're talking quarterbacks,
that one series.
No, but Romo wouldn't come back to this team, would he? Like, wouldn't you need to be a team that's a little bit closer?
I mean, the Dolphins... Adam Gase thinks they're close, but every coach thinks they're close, right?
Does every
coach think they're close?
Does Adam Gase think they're close? I'm pretty sure Adam Gase knows they're not that close.
10-6 last year.
Playoffs.
Oh, but
Tannehill was hurt. Now he's hurt again. Yeah, Dan, 10-6 last year. He thinks he's close.
Prove some people wrong. This isn't about what he wants anyways. This is about what we want.
I mean, Greg Cody thinks they have the best wide receiving core in the NFL. I mean, they're close.
Hold on a second. Let me think about something here. Is 10-6 always close? Because I feel like that's what got Dave Wanstead fired. Like,
it was 10-6 every year that got Dave Wanstead.
But what I'm saying is 10-6 close. What I'm saying is Dave Wanstead, what got him fired is he was 10-6 thinking he was close every year. He'd do things like trade for Junior or sign for Junior Seau or trade everything for Ricky Williams because he thought he was a piece away, and he wasn't actually ever a piece away. He just was always 10-6 until he was 4-12. But I'm saying, seriously, he was 11-5 one year, I think, too. Does it always mean you're close if you're 10-6?
Well, the Packers were 10-6 last year. Are they close? They're close just because they have the quarterback.
No, but I think they're different. I think, they weren't that close, really, right? Because they got smoked. They went to Atlanta and got smoked.
No, but my point is they're always close because they have that guy, and that guy can win 2 or 3 games in the playoffs.
Well,
if they get there.
I don't think...
that guy is joining us today at 11:30 Eastern, Aaron Rodgers.
What do you think of this, you guys? Yes. Is it possible for 10-6 to be a different 10-6? Like, is 10-6 with Ryan Tannehill different than 10-6 with Aaron Rodgers? Yes is the answer to that, right?
Yes. You asked the question and answered your own question?
Well, because it's a ridiculous question,
Maybe.
Right? Are all 10-6 the same? No,
they are not all 10. I'm telling you, man, you are turning into me when you sit in that chair. You are starting Kaepernick chants. You are arguing crazy, ridiculous things.
What is a crazy, ridiculous thing I
love
argue?
it. Is there a different level of 10-6? And yes, there is. There absolutely is. Green Bay's 10-6 is better than the Dolphins' 10-6.
Well, I feel like, am I wrong about this? Was Detroit 10-6 last year? I feel like
Detroit was 9-7 last year.
No, that's totally different.
Totally different.
Seahawks 10-5-1.
Oh,
wow.
Is there a different 10-6? There is.
What I'm saying is, if you're 10-6 with Andy Dalton, are you close?
No. Red Rifle.
If you're 10-6, useless. If you're 10-6 with Matt Stafford, are you close?
No.
Close. So you have to be 10-6 with a great quarterback. That's funny.
Right, the Dolphins at 10-6 feel so far away.
Well, they're those teams I'm mentioning. It's the reason I'm mentioning those teams, because that's what you are.
If the Dolphins had Tony Romo last year and went 10-6, they feel a lot closer, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's weird.
Were the Steelers were 10-6 last year?
Steelers were 11-5. They are close, though, the Steelers. They're always close.
I feel like 11-5 and 9-7, that they're the same.
No,
I know they're not. I know.
I mean, the Giants were 11-5. So are there different levels of 11-5? Do the Giants feel close?
Nope.
Falcons were 11-5.
One level of 11-5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Get this straight.
One level 11-5, many levels of 10-6.
Well, hold on though. The Steelers at 11-5 feel close.
That's right.
The Giants at 11-5 do not feel close.
Less close.
Different conference.
You want to go to the 12-4s now?
Whoa. No, if you're 12-4, you're close. Unless you're Alex Smith.
They were 12-4.
Yep, they were.
Well, that's why I made it the
That's what I
qualifier.
said. So the Raiders were also 12-4, but they feel a lot closer than,
That's
than
right.
the Chiefs.
See,
Yeah.
that's the Raiders
Yeah.
12-4 is different than the Chiefs 12-4. That is correct. This is so ridiculous and yet so true.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, Ryan Tannehill went down in practice today, scrambling to his left side, non-contact injury, same leg that he hurt last year, the leg that the knee he has a brace on.
I feel like we could play a different version of the game Marino and Montana with Kaepernick and Romo. I feel like we could.
Oh, no, everyone's going to take Romo.
Everyone's going to take Romo?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because they think he's better and he doesn't come with any of the issues. Like that's
Well, it comes with back issues.
I know, but he doesn't come with he doesn't come with black issues. The back issues are okay. It's the black issues that are problematic.
Where was the
No, the way that works is if you have the black issues, you're the one who takes with you the L.
You're so fitting in today, Dan.
Yeah, it's amazing. It feels better. I feel better. It's the best I've felt.
Really
yeah.
good. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
So maybe we'll continue it.
It's a good job by Roy, man. I mean, Mike Ryan didn't have the stones to say what Roy said this morning.
Gotta do what I gotta do, man.
Yeah.
I think it was Guillermo who said it, actually, and Roy just took credit for it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I usually do.
And I just wasn't listening and gave the wrong guy
It was
credit.
Guillermo who
Okay.
said that I was
All right.
ruining everything, and it was my fault. Guillermo came very strongly at me.
Yes, but I made you switch seats. That was the closer.
Yeah, we're back. Good job, Roy.
Everybody wants the credit when a team succeeds.
Yeah. Let's go
How about my Romo suggestion?
That was a good suggestion.
I'll
Good
give you
work.
guys grades every day.
That was good work. Good work by everybody.
A for Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Allison.
No, Allison gets an F.
Yeah, an F today.
She wouldn't chant during the Kaepernick chant.
No.
And you know what she said to me downstairs? I'm not a chanter.
I'm not a chanter, especially in groups. It's weird.
please, I don't believe
chant.
that.
All right, well, let's do it by ourselves then. Then it's just you. If you don't want to do it in a group.
Donuts.
Kaepernick.
You
No,
want
no,
to chant?
no, no,
Oh,
no,
you want me to
you
chant
just-
solo?
Yeah, we'll be
You
quiet.
want me to say
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. Chanting? I said I'm not a chanter.
Bad F.
Let's go. If you want your grade to be better, chant Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
No.
Kaepernick.
All right, which part of this do you not understand?
Kaepernick.
Syllable.
Kaepernick. Just slow it down. Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Nice.
Kaepernick.
Sort of sensual.
Kaepernick. Yeah.
Is
that good? Does that increase my grade?
Wasn't good. No.
It's still a failure?
Try Tony Romo. Chanting Tony Romo.
Yeah, how would that go?
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. Tony Romo.
But you're, we can hear the indifference in your voice.
Yeah.
You got a
Tony
chant has to be
Romo.
passionate.
Pretend this is Mary
Not a
Jane.
chant
You
unless
wanted
it's
to
three
come out
times.
for one more song.
Yes, thank you, Guillermo. Good coaching. You're like the fashion photographer telling the woman to growl like a tiger.
Mary J just walked off the stage.
Yes,
You wanted to
good,
come out for
good,
one more
yes.
song.
Come on, Allison.
Mary J.
Tony
Romo.
Now I'm chanting
Tony
Mary J.
Romo. Romo.
This is in
Romo.
unison.
Okay.
Okay, go again.
All right,
How about, no. You chant whatever you want to chant. We'll be quiet.
yeah.
We'll get out of the way. Whatever you want to
I
chant.
want to go home. I want to go home. Is that
Who's
better?
fitting out now? Who's fitting out now? Huh?
Yeah. So anyway, Fat Chris A, Roy A plus, Guillermo A plus.
Yes. Wow.
Dan A plus.
Fantastic. You've been great.
That
Allison F.
Arash B minus.
Yeah. He was the baby.
It's good today, not great.
Baby a D. Baby on a Rash's phone call gets a D.
I got his phone number, though, if we ever want to check in with him.
I'm going to book him on my Sunday show.
All right.
Golik's out this week. I got nothing.
Every morning, 7 to 9. Every Sunday morning, 7 to 9. Weekend Observations with Stu Gatz, ESPN Radio.
And do me a favor. Make sure this Aaron Rodgers interview is good today because I'm going to re-air it on Sunday morning. I'm alone on Sunday morning. We have Aaron Rodgers today at 11:30, Ron McGill at 12:30, Greg Norman at 10:30, which I'm delighted by. I am laughing at the Tigers general manager, Al Avila.
Avila, yeah.
Whatever.
Avila.
I mean,
Wow, that is
Avila.
How about the melting pot that is Miami? Stugotz fits right in, really fitting in there, not fitting out at all, with referring to a very common Latin name as, how did you pronounce it?
Avilia. It's not right.
No.
What are you going to ask him again? Was it hard to trade his son?
That's correct.
That's it? You just have one question.
One question, yes. Also, if you're just joining us, Ryan Tannehill is hurt. We do not know how serious the injury is. He was rolling to his left. He collapsed. It's the same leg that has a knee brace on it from last year's injury, non-contact injury.
Let's go around the room quickly. Guillermo, Kaepernick or Romo?
Kaepernick.
Really?
Allison, Kaepernick or Romo?
What? Wait a minute. Guillermo's terrible at this game.
Why?
Because Guillermo doesn't even believe what he just said.
Oh, I said quickly.
Guillermo... Anyway. Guillermo just tries to... It's very limited, right? Because what we throw to Guillermo is usually, hey, Guillermo, yes or no? And then he tries to be the wackiest possible yes or no.
No. Listen, let me explain to you how this works, guys.
All right.
If everyone gives the same answer, there's no conversation. So I have to kind of gauge the room. That's why I'm not good at going first. If I'm second, I know which way to go.
Let's
if I'm
start over.
First, yeah,
let's start over. Allison, Romo or Kaepernick?
Mary J.
Guillermo, Romo or Kaepernick?
No, you got to come back to me.
Fat Chris, Romo or Kaepernick?
Romo.
Roy, Romo or Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
Oh, wait a minute. This is biased.
That's enough.
Yes, it is.
Guillermo, Romo or Kaepernick?
Now I have to break the tie.
Yeah, you do.
But Roy doesn't even...
You want me to start again? Different order?
Roy is taking up a social cause in his answer. He didn't pick Kaepernick because he actually wants Kaepernick.
And I want him to lay down during the national anthem.
Okay, very good. Come here and lay down like Don Bailey on the billboard?
Yeah.
Come and lay down. Maybe escalate the protest by laying down seductively next to the flag.
Wait, let's try again. Fat Chris, Romo or Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
Guillermo, Romo or Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
All right.
What is happening around here?
Roy, Romo or Kaepernick?
Romo.
There you go.
What?
Allison?
Kaepernick.
Want to chant it?
Dan?
Matt Moore.
Matt Moron.
What?
I'm tired of hearing that. Matt Moore is this great backup quarterback. He's not. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
He got
Good
blown out in the playoffs last year. Did they?
Yes.
I don't remember.
What about Jay Cutler?
Oh, wow. Cutler.
What?
Let's start over.
Why didn't you chant that, Allison?
No, not.
Yeah, it's weird with one syllable on the first name.
Cutler.
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 Come on, Allison. Bring Mary J back out on stage. Bring her back out on stage. Cutler. The only thing that'll get Mary J to do an encore is you chanting Jay Cutler's name weirdly.
Cutler.
Yeah! More energy.
Cutler.
Kaepernick. Black issues. Cutler.